I did, at the start of my talk, promise you a story, and you've been very patient. So here is my story. Once upon a time, there was an emerging field of engineering called synthetic biology. And synthetic biology promised to make the living world better. But early on, the greatest success in synthetic biology came in an unexpected place. It came in the classroom. I have been teaching with synthetic biology at MIT for about 10 years now, and I have seen the power that this approach has for exciting students about learning. Do you remember how we learned when we were really young, where we would explore the world the way scientists do by trying things and grabbing things and maybe breaking them and trying to fix them? Somehow, though, the formal education system can really dampen that eagerness that we have to explore. And for a lot of students, it can be a difficult transition, a disappointment. I think we turn away a lot of students early from these very exciting fields because we convince them that it is more important that they have the right answer than that they ask the right questions. But I have seen that with synthetic biology, there is a re-excitement about exploration in my students. Synthetic biology really connects the content that they are learning to a context. And I've seen them stick with really hard problems for a very long time. And so having seen the power of teaching with synthetic biology, I was eager to expand the reach of this approach. And so I collected all of my MIT teaching materials and have housed them at a site called BioBuilder. And working with award-winning teachers throughout the country, we have created teachable modules in synthetic biology that everyone can try. Middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students, enthusiasts who are working in community laboratories. These are folks who are building biosensors, putting Boolean logic gates into cells. And what I'd like to do is show you some slides from a student and teacher workshop to give you an idea of BioBuilder in action. At a student workshop or in the classroom, students begin with comic strips that set up the authentic questions that exist in synthetic biology. And they come up with answers. They think about these, they come up with ideas, and then they share their ideas with one another and with the class as a whole. And when they feel ready, they go with their teacher into the laboratory and they carry out authentic investigations where they try to build things made from biology. And this is a really exciting time for them. Students have ownership of the data. They care about it a great deal. They look at it carefully, they talk about it with other students, and they talk about it with their teachers. And then they do what scientists do, and they share it with the broadest community. BioBuilder provides an online data sharing portal so that they can share what they've discovered. They can come up with new experiments and propose those and try them out. And what it does is it builds a really collegial community, not only of students, but also of teachers. So we run teacher training workshops to enable teachers to teach synthetic biology. They start with classroom and small group activities, and then we bring the teachers into the laboratory to try their hands at these experiments. And together we have found there is an empowered group of teachers, teachers ready to work with their students at the very edge of what is known. And we find that it reconnects the teachers to their own love of learning and to their love of teaching. And so what I'd like to do is end by just mentioning that I am not only a scientist and an educator, but I am also a mom. And so I know firsthand how tough school can be sometimes, how students can sometimes feel very powerless and small, and how the content that students are learning can feel very disconnected from their real world and their real life. But because synthetic biology is a new field where we don't have all the answers, and because building things made from biology is a great way to learn science, I think BioBuilder has great potential and promise, not only to advance the field of synthetic biology, but maybe even more importantly, to really envision the kind of education that we would all like to see. Thank you.